Okay. What's up, everybody? My name's Slinky here, and today, guys, we got the 23.0 patch notes for this coming up um, Hearthstone update. Today, guys, we're going to talk about the Mercenaries updates. Tomorrow, I will very likely talk about everything outside of the Mercenary stuff, as today I am mostly Mercenaries, and this is where I can give most of my thoughts correctly. All right, so the team gave us a new system, and I'm gonna have to read this one, guys. Starting with the patch 23.0, completing one task in a mercenary's task progression will automatically move you on to the next task in that mercenary's progression. You can you can then continue that mercenary's task progression until you have completed all tasks for that mercenary. The mysterious stranger was initially designed and intended to give you more tasks, but since that will now mostly happen automatically, we are reducing his appearance rate. He will still appear occasionally so that you can get more tasks if you abandon a task or complete a mercenary's task progression. You will also be able to get random new tasks if you leave any normal task slots open for the daily task refresh. Uh, we just learned quite a bit just from that paragraph alone. The intent of this system update is to give players more of the tasks they want and more tasks overall while allowing players to explore more engaging gameplay patterns. We hope this new system will be an improvement for players trying to progress specific mercenaries or anybody who is always looking for the next task to complete. We will monitor how this system works and make adjustments if needed, but we are also working on an even larger task system rework that we are hoping to share more information about later on this year. Wow. Two things we learned from here today. Number one, tasks have gotten significantly easier. Number two, daily tasks will not change how they work, which is I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Um, what do you guys think about that? It's like this is a really interesting change. I like that when we can get tasks, it's just boom, we're going to the next task. Daily refreshes, I don't know how I feel about that. Um, because most of the time, I don't really want to deal with characters who have already maxed out. This is good for F2P players, though. This is a great change because players who have not maxed any characters out definitely can take advantage of this. And overall, I think this is a great change. Honestly, this is maybe one of the best changes we've had to mercenaries in a long time. I'm just kind of intrigued to see, abandoning tasks now is something that a lot of us longer players will be doing now. Um, well, people like me specifically, I really didn't care that much about the tasks as I was grinding coins a different way. This now completely ignores the way I now grind, so this changes how I completely should play Mercenaries PvE content. Um, with the way they do that, they want to allow players to have more engaging gameplay patterns. So it's like whatever. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of us who took a guess yesterday did not get it right. But automatic progression is very good, and like getting us to the task 18s we want is also very good. Um, I want to also, I guess we have another task system overhaul coming, and oh boy, what do you guys think what will happen there? Because the task system right now is terrible, and with this addition, it makes it so much better. Um, but the thing about it is, like, what about like maxed out characters, right? Like, you don't want to get them, and obviously we'll just abandon them, but like, will we have to finish up all the tasks to then be good? Or are we going to have to, do something different with how we play? So I'm really interested on how to see this rework coming up in the year, probably in a probably next expansion, honestly, or the next mini set is my guess. I would say probably next expansion, so it gives them time, which would be probably July or August. I would say probably I'll say August is when we'll probably get that coming out for us. But yeah, that's a really interesting subject of just the system as a whole. Alright guys, we got some new mercenaries. I have not seen them yet, so I'm pretty excited to see what's coming. Alright, Murky. He's an epic fighter. 1179 is max stats. Abilities. Slime time 5. Say that 5 times fast, man. That's pretty great rhyme right there. It's a speed 4. Deal 12 damage to an enemy. Give it taunt until the next turn. Interesting. Bubbly Bobble 5. It's a nature ability. By the way, Slime Time 5 is a nature ability. Speed 4, a cooldown 1. Restore 13 health to an adjacent Murloc. Swap places, and both gain Divine Shield. Nature combo, repeat this. Ooh, that's pretty good. Puffer Fisher 5. Speed 7, cooldown 1. It's a Murloc. 15 attack, 10 health. Death Rattle. Deal damage equal to this minion's attack to 3 random enemies. That's pretty good, honestly. Equipment. Let's hit the equipments. Time to Krill 4. That's a great one. It's a passive ability. Whenever a friendly Murloc attacks an enemy with taunt, give them +4 attack. Slippery when wet 4. Passive ability. After one of your characters loses Divine Shield or Frozen, its next ability is 3 speed faster. Wow, that's a passive? Okay, that's pretty good. So this is like this actually gives you an opportunity to get things off, which is pretty good, honestly. And this is one of your characters, not just Murlocs. This is really good. And then March of the Murlocs 4. Battlecry, summon 2 10/10 Murlocs. Wow. That's not too bad. Wow. Slippery. I have to say, there's some pretty cool things here. I'm really sad that Bubbly Bobble 5 is only Murloc. I wish that was any character, but I guess it would be too good if that was the case. But Slippery when wet 4 is really good, honestly, because this is like anti Varden. This gives you an automatic speed boost of yeah, just 3 faster, which is really good, honestly. Yeah, that's really good. I think overall this is a really solid hero. Slippery when wet 4 is gonna absolutely hurt the meta, man. It might change it a bit. Maybe not, honestly. I don't know. Maybe it'll give the dragons more of a speed boost. Murky is available for free as part of the Voyage up to the Sunken City rewards track. Murky portraits are available as part of the Voyage City Sunken City Tavern Pass. And they'll be available for purchase in Mercenaries products after the end of the Voyage Sunken City expansion period. Alright, we have some Mercenary update balance and reworks. Okay, guys, so this is actually the first time we've ever had any changes to Mercenaries. These are very relevant. Alright, let's get this done. Baron Geddon, it's a 1070-82. Now it's a 1086. That's really good. Molten Blade is his equipment. It's now heat up, deals 4 more damage. It deals 7 more damage? What? Holy frick, that's bonkers. Holy crap, that's insane. What? Oh my goodness, that's an automatic change there. I am very surprised we got that. Is such a big difference. And that's his rank 4 too. So I wish that was dealing more damage. All right, guys, maybe I kind of did something, or I called something earlier this last month, honestly, where I was like, hey, we need to see some different changes to certain mercs. They're not powerful enough. That's really good, honestly. And I think Geddon does, I think it would be 14. It might, no, it does 12 right now, so it'd be +3. So it'd be 15 damage on combo, which is bonkers. That's pretty bonkers, honestly. Mukla, dinner time is now from a speed 2 to a speed 1. And then his refreshing bananas equipment gives an additional 5 health. That's really good, honestly. And then his bananas also give an additional 4 attack. Wow, that's really good, honestly. I'm really happy with that change because 2 attack and 3 health were not good. This makes it significantly better. This actually might make Mukla playable, honestly, in the meta. We'll have to see this, but yeah, the dragons have been running around and nothing's been powerful enough. We'll have to see how these change. Um, and then Zyrella, her atonement, rank 5 deals 15. Now it's deal 20 and then restore 20. That's really good. And then her robes of purity is now requires 10 less to upgrade instead of 5. Well, I mean, when you're dealing that much damage, yes, you probably should have an upgrade there. Atonement's pretty good. Um, we'll have to see. I don't think that's going to change Zyrella, but that's pretty solid, honestly. All right, Scab's Cutter Butter is now a 1381. Wow, a +2 attack and a +1 on stat on a health. SI7 contract, the equipment, old tactical strikes combo now deals 8 more damage instead of 4. And then the honing rod is +10 attack for Shadow Blade instead of +4. That's a significant change. That is a +6 attack. And yeah, that's really good, honestly. I really hope that we can. I hope Scabs makes it in the meta. That'd be really cool, honestly. Um, Millhouse Mana Storm is now a 674. That probably gets him to barely playable. Just that overall is a nice change. And then Greater Arcane Missiles. Shoot 3 missiles at random enemies that deal 20 damage each. Holy crap. And then his Arcane Explosion deals 5 more damage, and then enemies lose stealth? Whoa, that's really good. Whoa, that's pretty good. I like that. I really like that. We needed more ways to remove stealth. And if Millhouse is going to be in the meta, you gotta up his stats, and that's the #1 thing I'm glad to see, honestly. Again, let's jump into Carriel, and I'm really sad, but she got only a +1 attack, which I don't think makes her playable. Um, Crusader's Blow now is restoring 60 health. I don't think that matters. Wow, this America is taunt, so it's 12 attack instead of 8, so it'd be 24 attack. Wow, that's pretty insane, honestly. That's really good, honestly. I'm really happy about that. Um, Toma Light was obviously her best equipment by far, and to see the plus attack really makes me happy. All right, Uther's Blessing of Protection. I haven't actually played Uther before, so I don't really know how good he is. Restore 10 health is now restore 14 health and then give them taunt. That's really not a good change in my opinion. Hammer of Justice deals 6 more damage. Okay, that's pretty good. And then slows the target by 2 more. And then, wow, Uther got a complete overhaul, honestly. Avenging Wrath deals 4, down 8. Yeah, that's a really good change, honestly. That really makes, like, damage legitimate or a lot more relevant, especially with how much is going on. I don't think that actually changes Uther whatsoever, though, just because of the changes he got. I don't think will do anything, unfortunately. This is probably the first Mercenary I haven't seen them that probably won't be able to see play. And I don't think Carriel will see play either, but Garrosh is now 1284, and then Orcish Banner is now 15 health to your orcs. That's not good, honestly. I don't think that's good. It's cool, but I don't think that's good. Um, and then Galvangar is now at 1179. Wow, +8 on health there. +8 health. That probably makes Galvangar reliably safe, honestly, for a couple turns. Rending Cleave's ability is it applies bleed 8. Now it applies bleed 12 if it's and then to adjacent enemies, but if it hasn't acted. Interesting. And then Draktar's Boon. Fatal Strike also bleeds 5, so it'd be wow, 22 bleed? That's a crazy amount of bleed. That would be the most amount of bleed in the game. That's pretty strong, honestly. Galvangar might come back into the meta, like a +9 health or a +8 health, and then uh, a plus, let's see, 7 plus 5. It's 22 instead of 12, so a +10 in bleed. That's really solid, honestly. That's 44 on crit, by the way, which is scary. That's pretty good. All right, Rathion. 1273, so it's 1279. That probably gets Wrathion into somewhat playability. Creeping Madness has changed from taking 20 damage to 25 damage. That's pretty good. Creeping Madness was always a good ability, though. Um, Black Dragon Scales is now from +5 bleed to, so it's a 10 bleed, so instead of 5 it's 10. That makes it a lot more playable, honestly. That feels a lot better. Um, don't know if Rathion's going to make it back into the meta, but this stat change might get him back into it. Vanessa's now 13. That definitely helps Vanessa's cause quite a bit, honestly. Burgle Barrage is now attack the enemy and then steal 5 from them first. So combo, okay, interesting. The combo is you steal that and then you get to attack them. That makes Vanessa significantly better. And then extra pockets is now gets to keep up to 10 attack. That's really good, honestly. I felt like she was way too weak when she was brought up. I'm glad to see that she got double the amount of damage. Will that change how we feel about her? Probably, honestly, since we now have a way to steal things from her, which is good. All right. Oh, thank goodness, man. Arcane Salvo was a terrible. This was a terrible ability for Tyrande. Now it's 12 damage to 2 random enemies if they die. Repeat this. That's a lot better, honestly. Still random, but significantly better, honestly. And then Alun's Charm is deals 15 more damage if the enemy has already acted. Wow. That's pretty good, honestly. Wow. 15 more damage? That is bonkers. I want to try. I'm gonna have to try Tyrande now. All these changes, man, dude. There's gonna be so many videos and like stuff that are just gonna come out of this. It's just all these memes and such. Is this just all these I've seen? Like this will shift the meta quite a bit. And but by the way, Alun's Charm was already really solid. That's a +20 on crit, by the way, and that's a plus whatever it already is. Like that's bogusly good. Um, I really like that a lot. I'm glad Tyrande is getting back to the at least somewhat playable factor to instead of Toast. Varian, Splitting Strike. The old is give humans 12 attack. The death blow is now 15. I don't think that really matters. Heroic Leaf will matter though. And your humans are permanently 1 speed faster. Your humans in play and bench are permanently 1 speed faster. That is a significant change. That is a significant change. Varian already good, honestly. This really helps a lot of the human tribal going around if there ever is one, or if there's something like this. This really makes this a lot better, and this makes your bench a lot more reliable. And then the retaliation is 5, instead of 5 attacking, it's 5/5. And then the war banner gives an additional +2 +10. Whoa, that's a significant change as well. +10 health on Varian. That I'm aware of only about 4 or 5 other characters in this game right now of Mercenaries have more than +7 health, which is this is insane, honestly. Retaliation's equipment is absolutely bonkers, it would be a +7 +15. The only other character that we can potentially do that is with Rokara's ability that can give +2 +4. It's actually, I think it's +5 +7 on the equipment. I don't actually fully remember. But that one with Mr. Smite's Overboard ability, where Overboard lets you attack characters until one of your characters dies or until your opponent's board dies. That's the only other ability that I think is better than this. But that's a 2 card combo, guys. This is a 1 card combo. This is bonkers good. I think Varian's gonna make it back into the meta. Honestly, this really makes me want. I didn't really think about Varian either, trying to beat this meta, but there's so much attacking and whacking. Varian might become meta because of this. And then Gul'dan, Holy crap. So Reign of Destruction doesn't have a cooldown, which is very good. And then just removing that cooldown absolutely makes it better. The speed 8 is still bad. But if the orcs die, you get +4 damage. If a demon dies, that's a lot better, honestly. It's like, why was Staff of Chaos ever orc? Like, that never made any sense to me. So, but instead it's an orc or a demon, right? This gives it quite a bit of flexibility. That's really good, but I'm not quite sure Gul'dan is good still. Let's just jump to Trigor. Frenzied Attack. Instead of 12 damage to a random adjacent, it's now 16. That's pretty good. Frenzied Attack was not good. Backlash. The next time this gains 5 attack, and then each time an enemy damages an adjacent ally this turn. Holy crap, this is strong. What? Oh, Trigor's gonna be a threat now. Like, Trigor was already fairly scary, and we're like, oh, it's just a one-time ability. This is exactly what Trigor needed to become all over the place now. Trigor is absolutely going to be in the meta, and it's going to be nice to see something different. But good night. This is also anti-frost. This is spectacular. The more damage you get going, the more. Oh, Trigor is exactly what all us players needed, especially for dragons, for frost, for the fire. This is like anti AoE as a whole. This is a very, very good ability. And then Sneed, it's 977. That feels a lot better. And then Activate Saw is now gain 9 attack good. That's a lot better for 2 turns. Skull Dust, it's now bleed 10. That's not good, sadly. It feels better, but that's not good. And then Sneeze starts wow, holy crap. So it's now Activate Saw and now is +2 on that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think the biggest one here is a +3 attack. That makes Sneed so much better. Um, just that's so good. And then attacking a random enemy. So the difference is this is a little worse than what you got originally, but I mean you get +9 attack and then you get to attack something, which is good. But the attack a random enemy kind of hurts a little bit. But I mean, it's a lot better. You got a +2 and then a +3 here, so it's a +5 in stats overall. So it's like not too bad. All right, Edwin, attack it. Assassin's Blade is from gain +5 health and then attack it again to +10 health and attack it again if it hasn't acted, which is pretty good. And then Kingspin Bounty is now a cooldown 1. That's just legitimate. Like, just make that a cooldown 1 and you're fine. I don't know why cooldown 2 is ever any good anymore. Oh, I like this next upcoming ability as I'm talking about this. I'm going to keep here, though. And then passive, adjacent pirates are 4 faster. Your pirates are 4 faster. So that makes Edwin 4 faster. That's a good change, in my opinion. This is exactly how I would have changed it though. Like, just if pirates are good, just make them faster, right? This is a Valera change, but why wasn't it ever like that? I never really understood it. And then even shares, Kingspin Bounty is 10 to and affects characters to this restores 15 health and affects all friendly characters. Epic. I don't know if that's good though. We'll have to see and do some testing there. Alright, I like this Thrall ability. So Lightning Storm was already super bad. Giving it minus stealth is absolutely bonkers. This is anti-Valera. We've needed more ways to get Valera removed from stealth. Valera has been too protective in this meta, which is the #1 reason why I've seen 3 different abilities up to this point that now have a way to lose stealth, which is really good. So it still deals the 10 damage, which is bad, but this makes it feel so much better. Just losing the stealth entirely is good, which is amazing. And then Mana Ross, Howl of Terror, reduce the attack, and then by 15. So instead of and then they lose stealth again. So another character that loses stealth, they lose 15 attack though. That's the difference, which is insane. Ragnaros is now deal 22. It loses stealth and then repeat it. So that's pretty good. But yeah, like look at that. It's just anti-stealth. That's the name of the game here. War Master Voon, again, 8 damage, anti-stealth. I'm actually glad there's a plus damage here. This is really good, honestly. Just upgrading that to 10 damage makes a significant difference. But also, there's a chance that now Valera can't just be in the middle anymore. Valera now has to go to the side because of Axe Throw. There's a chance that it hits the right or the left to try and keep your thing. Yeah, this is a really relevant change. This will change Valera positioning all meta now. All right, Varden, which is already bonkers in this meta. Um, Shoot 3 missiles at random enemies that deal 7. This is a huge nerf actually. This is a big time nerf, and I'm really sad that Chilling Amulet got buffed, but I can't do much about that. Wow, this is a huge nerf though. So it's 3 random or 3 missiles. So it sounds like it's 1 at a time. So it's up. They're buffing. I don't know how I feel about this, but this is a huge. If I interpret this correctly, shoot 3 missiles at random enemies. So I'm gonna take a guess that it's 3 that you could specifically hit the same character twice. If that is the case, that is a huge nerf, as you will be able to potentially get away with a few abilities not getting touched, and then you'll be able to kill Vardens and other characters. If that is the case, that is a huge nerf. I am not sure if that is how I interpreted it properly, though. But I am very sad that Chilling Amulet got a +6 on damage. That's really not what we're looking for. Varden is already insane because of Jaina and because of Localar. Localar is all, and I'm actually really sad to see Localar not get a change, but Localar is new and we will figure a way out. But I am kind of sad that Jaina wasn't touched either. These are 2 characters that have dominated this meta, and they really have to see that Varden was upgraded really doesn't help anybody's cause. Varden was already really harshly obliterational because of Jaina. Jaina's +3 frost damage is what caused Varden to get out of control and what caused Localar to get out of control. So honestly, to see that this was changed is really something I'm not too happy about. And a lot of players in the community will feel the same way, as Varden has dominated. But I mean, I don't know how people feel about it. It's like the crit damage, the being able to freeze or I mean, you're still dealing damage to the big to all characters, but yeah, I'm just really not sure I like this change. This is probably one of the few changes I'm really disappointed to see in. I know Varden will eventually need to get a change, but right now because of Jaina, she's already very good. In base stats, I don't think Varden is good, but I mean Varden is good because of Jaina, which is why I don't really think she needed to be touched, which is really rough, honestly, for all of us. It just means that Frost is going to continue to dominate, and it just means that you will have to find more ways to figure out a little bit quicker than we had already previously done. So we're gonna have to find a comp to beat Varden quickly. So yeah, I'm really not too happy with this change very much. It is the flurry is a huge nerf. The Chilling Amulet absolutely just made up for it though. So Varden's still very good and maybe got better because of just more damage overall. All right, let's get to the additional updates. While on a bounty, the campfire node will now allow work with 1 click instead of requiring it to be selected and then entered. That's really good. Valstrauss's bounty rewards will now be able to grant Murky coins instead of Lady Anacondra coins. multiple stacks of bleed will now be combined in a total bleed count. That is very relevant. That can be reduced by healing, not entirely. That is relevant on a lot of levels. Bleed damage will no longer be able to deal crit damage. Okay, that's a really big change because we were just talking about how Galvangar could do 44 damage on crit. Bleed was absolutely insane. Um, and being able to now reduce the bleed instead of completely remove the bleed is a completely different way on how we're taking on bleed right now. And then adjusted mercenary card display and screen space for better ability previews. So we'll have better previews coming up here. What do you guys think of this? Because we have so many anti-stealth ways, which I'm happy about. But Varden also got a huge change. Um, this is also our first mercenary balance update and rework. So I hope we have more of these. I'm really happy to see that we have more ways to remove Valera stealth. That really feels good for the game. That's a very, very healthy thing to see anti people just, do this, that, and the other. So, as much as I'm going to say this, overall, this is a good change besides the Varden change. Other than that, guys, what do you guys think of this balance? I'm really happy. And what do you guys think of the new mercenary that we're getting with Murky? It's like another Murloc that allows us to get something going, another way to get a buffer. But overall, guys, I'm very happy with this. I'm glad to see some changes. The meta has been feeling a little bit warped. This definitely gives so much more um, wiggle room for us players to try and counter people outside of just trying to play the best mercenaries in the game, which makes it really, really good for not just new players, but also old players and upcoming players, which I'm ecstatic about. I think my favorite one right here is the variant change. Seeing a +5/+5 for just how it works for retaliation is already, like, the 5 attack was already really good, but getting a +5/+5 on that it just makes it so much better. So I think the winner out of this update is going to be Varian Ren. And the loser out of this update is going to be the players because Varden got a buff. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is a little bit of a longer video. I'm genuinely sorry. I wanted to, you guys got my impressions. And again, tomorrow I will go through the whole update if you are interested in. But yeah, this has been I'm a Slinky. Have a great day, everybody.